Hello, how are you all? How's it going? Welcome if you're joining from Facebook. Hello, Twitch. Hello. I always look at those. Okay, this cat she wanted to be here. She's in a bad mood. So she wants to sit in my lap and then she's mad because I'm disturbing her nap. Okay, sorry about that. Shawnee, how are you? Nice to see you. Welcome, welcome. Hello. And Ashley, hello. And our beautiful Harlem Sentinel. Karen, thank you so much. Meep meep. Appreciate it. I'll get to everybody. Well, I'll try to. I want to jump right into talking about this climate stuff. And I want to compare notes with you to see things that you have noticed that have changed, okay? Over, I guess, the last couple of days or so, I've noticed something new. Tell me if you've noticed anything new in terms of media. Share it, okay? Because they don't waste time, do they, with their programming? So let me know if you've noticed anything new. Okay, so hey, Bernadette from New York City. How's it going in New York? What's the temperature like? Oh, Sean, it is nearby. It is right here. It is ready to go whenever. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Okay. Hi, Angela. Your black cat buddy is a brat too. Can you imagine? She's mad at me. She jumps in my lap and she's mad at me for moving around. Like, oh gosh, you can't win with those cats. Hello, Lori. Hi. Okay, so I wanted to first start out with I'm finding weird themes. Okay. I've never really looked into menopause. I know that I can be silly and I'm, comparing menopause with global climate, whatever they used to call it, global warming, right? So they changed that name. Big Pontiac is here. Greetings. Thank you for joining. Hello, Ernestina. Hello from Argentina. How's it feel what's your temperature like in Argentina? What is it like? What season are you in? Let us know, because that's an interesting place to compare climate. Are you going through any climate changes in Argentina? Let us know. Menopause sucks. Okay. So some of you have experienced menopause, and we are questioning lots of things in our marketplace of ideas. They are answering questions or pondering and debating what is a woman? What is a woman? And I'm thinking all of this is going to weave in somehow. So what is a woman? And what is a man? It's equal. I want to have a panel. I want to invite a few people. I'm thinking about doing a live stream, and I want to discuss what is a woman, what is a man, and just share experiences and just have a conversation. Would you like that? Like a little panel of men and women, and just talk about the definition of a man, the definition of a woman, and try to make it very objective. Is that okay? Do you think we could have a fun time with that? So, menopause is something that women go through, and it can be very extreme and dramatic. Some women do not experience menopause, myself included, have not experienced any menopausal symptoms. I have friends that go through it, and it's pretty extreme to watch a woman go through menopause. If any of you know you or have experienced yourself, it's so sudden and it's a storm. And one of my friends, she would just start taking off her clothes. It didn't matter. She would lay on I'm sorry, we would laugh about it. Like, she would laugh about it. Like if she got her hair like French pressed and, she'd go through a menopausal hot flash, her hair was like an afro after the menopausal hot flash, or she would lay on a tile floor. One of my dogs used to do that in the summer, just lay on the tile floor in the bathroom. Not trying to compare her to a dog, but she was a little bitchy. So we just have to have fun, okay? Yeah, lucky me, right? My mother didn't go through menopause either. I don't remember actually a lot of the women in my family go, you guys will probably prove that you're a woman, right? I notice right now, are you noticing that women are showing their pregnancy bellies like from years ago? Like, I don't know if you guys are trolling people, not you, but I'm saying out there, are women being trolled and having to prove, like, show me some receipts that you're a woman. I want to see your pregnancy belly. I could show my pregnancy belly, but it's not like, I think women are showing the skin. I mean, I never took a picture of my pregnancy belly, like skin. I don't think I did. No. But have you taken pregnancy belly pictures? Let me know. Some women have done the molds, the molds where you can hang it up. It's individualized, right? So finding your pregnancy pictures might be something that is a thing. Just let me know, okay? I'm just seeing it on my timeline right now. So I'm out of the loop with a lot of things. Okay, just fill me in. But yeah, this whole issue of hormonal balancing. So this global warming, we were always told it's such a dramatic thing, so bad for the earth. And when I talked to Jason Brashears, and he spoke of the vapor canopy and this Phoenix event, it really piqued my curiosity because it flows and it makes sense. So I'm gathering a lot of fragments from different people, and his Phoenix event narrative and his research into this cycle of time and the vapor canopy. And I think about Eden and returning to Eden and returning back to, I say repatriation. I've been saying repatriation. So turning back to the law is starting to look to me as if that is the repatriation. So sometimes I don't understand why I have these themes working, but it is for a reason, apparently, allegedly. So I want to read a, hold it. I want to read a article. I'll try to read this way. It's so goofy, like reading. When I'm looking at the tabs, you're looking in my nostrils. That's weird, isn't it? Okay, so I will read it from this device. So I'm not looking, so you're not looking up in my nostrils. I never got one of those COVID tests. I never let anybody put anything in my nostril. What about you? I've had I've actually had cauterization of vessels when I was little, so I remember them going in my nostril to cauterize. I used to have a frequent nosebleeds. Bear with me a minute. I thought this came across. Let me just refresh and get this link so I can read it from here. How's it going, everybody? Okay. So there is an article I will share. Let me stop this screen and share it so you can read along with me. All right. Thanks for joining, hanging out again. I thought it would be nice to come back and follow up a little more with this climate stuff. So we don't have any surprises. Okay, so this is an article I will read from, make sure it's moving. Okay. So this is from a site you may be familiar with. It is called reclaimthenet.org. I receive emails from them and I enjoy the content that they put on their blog. So this is from today. No, yes, today. So this dropped today, this afternoon. All right. So Facebook's use of ex-CIA analysts to determine misinformation policy raises alarm bells. So you can see growing concerns, and this is by Cindy Harper. If you're tired of censorship, cancel culture, and the erosion of civil liberties, they say subscribe to Reclaim the Net. Mint Press News has published a report about Facebook hiring former CIA agents to determine content moderation policy. According to Mint Press, Facebook and other big tech platforms determining, one minute, let me make sure. I'll just keep it here. So if you want to grab it, you'll know where to get it. Okay, so I'll start over. Facebook and other big tech platforms determining and censoring of misinformation has been highly controversial, making tech giants the arbiters of truth, sort of like the Ministry of Truth. Remember 1984? So the arbiters of truth in an increasingly online world. In a political sense, trust, safety, and misinformation are the most sensitive parts of Meta's operation. So for anybody who doesn't know, that Facebook has now morphed into Meta, and Facebook is also Instagram and probably other things too. Fill it in for me, update us. All of Facebook's tentacles. Okay, so it is here where decisions about what content is allowed, what will be promoted, and who or what will be suppressed are made. These decisions affect what news and information billions of people across the world see every day. Therefore, those in charge of the algorithms hold far more power and influence over the public sphere than even editors at the largest news outlets. In an interview with The Hill, Alan McLeod of Mint Press said the trend was very worrying. The CIA has a terrible track record, from everything from organizing coups to running black sites all over the world, to even just planting a load of false information into the public domain to suit their own agenda, McLeod said. We are now relying on these people to tell us what's fact and fiction, and to sort truth and fiction from falsehood online. McLeod explained that the lack of many cybersecurity professionals could be the reason Facebook is employing former CIA agents in its security and content moderation divisions. However, people are not secure from what our own government is doing and the control government officials, current and former, have over technology. It might be great to have security from Chinese hackers or Iranian bloggers, McLeod said, but it's not security from the enormous agencies in Washington, who, of course, are trying to influence the internet as well. So, what do you think of that? I know you're not surprised, but what do you think? Anybody? Hello, beautiful sunrises and sunsets. Welcome. So nice to see you here. So, Sean, what are you saying? Not all of us think for ourselves, you probably mean. Bernadette, Facebook banned me completely. I was under investigation on there. I am upset only because I had personal pictures of family that I cannot have back. So if you have an account, make sure to download your photos. Thank you for that reminder. I appreciate it. So, yeah. Molly, hello. You're welcome. You happen to be in full swing of menopause and hot flashing. Okay. Are you finding certain effective ways to handle? Because I have been hearing over the years that some people do holistic things. Not all people choose, of course, the pharmaceutical route, but a lot of good resources out there. Maybe we could talk about hormones, and we could make it a broad subject matter, because I'm seeing that hormonal things are so important in terms of even what's happening to men, because the foods are having a very dramatic effect on young men and their development. And you know that they have hormone blockers that they are introducing in children younger and younger. So hormones will probably be a subject that I want to talk about, but I'll find a way to broadly plug it into a lot of things that we could really discuss. So you're saying black cohosh. I have heard good things about that. Yes, definitely yam root, natural progesterone. Yes. I always say ashwanga, if I said it right. Primroses and other herbs. Thank you. And if you have that book, like, Back to Eden, that I always talk about, they have good resources. I love this book, so I could recommend Back to Eden to look into things if you want to study and see other alternatives. So Facebook using ex-CIA agents to determine misinformation. That is a very familiar thing that we started to see in 2020 with the pandemic, as I call it. So we started to have problems and pushback because we were sharing information, lots of information. They couldn't keep up with the amount of information we were sharing. Hello, Evolutions. I haven't seen you in a while. Welcome. Hello, hello. And this is a new name, Edward. Hi, munch on some Skittles. Titanium ozide. Oh, is that what's in Skittles? I mean, you need a chemistry degree to read food labels pretty much. Hi, Tina. Pine pollen powder is good. Thank you for sharing. Yeah, just share all your great things that help you. Nobody is recommending any medical advice. We're just sharing things that we've heard or tried ourselves. Look into it. Do your due diligent research as you do. Nixon, good evening. Thank you for coming by. Hey, looking. I never took birth control, and in 2015, your cycle stopped. I didn't take any hormones. I sweat for a couple of years, but I managed thus so far clearing your lupus, breast cancer by natural means. 420. Wow, look at that. What a nice, wonderful testimony. Thank you for sharing that, and God bless you. Glad to hear. Oh, wow. Mara, Moonflower. It's been a minute. I haven't seen you. Yay. Welcome. So nice to see you. Oh, Kev is saying titanium dioxide is in lots of consumer products to poison us. Yeah, it's pretty disturbing. And that is part of the reason I titled this, Are the Men pausing? All the men pausing? I'm not trying to start anything with you guys. Manosphere, don't come for me unless I send for you. I'm not saying it. I'm not bashing men, okay? Just know I would make you a nice pot of soup, okay? And I would serve you soup. And we could chat and we could talk about the gender war, okay? And we could come together and we have a treaty, okay? That's what I want. I want us to just have a treaty. We can break bread together and talk about all of these issues. Why do we need a manosphere in the first place? Alan, right? Alan's not part of the manosphere. Alan, I'm going to serve your soup first, okay? Because you're not in the manosphere. You get a nice heaping serving of some matzo ball soup, okay? Yeah, the soy. The soy acts as an estrogen. So you know what? I think I am going to do a whole thing on hormones and what has been going on with the hormonal side of pharmaceuticals, because you know that now I'm starting to see this after the morning after pill and all of that. They sell it as just you could just take a pill, but again, anything that involves that amount of hormones and things like that, people have to know that it's going to have a possible long-term effect. And it is really good to be forewarned. And that's why I don't like the way people are they're not given the opportunity or they're not encouraged to research and look into what they are putting into their bodies, and that's with anything. I mean, even the little vape that I have, I get it from a company and they are highly honorable. They take such good care. They don't put bad ingredients in their products. So I did my research on it. So that's something that I could say. It takes time and, you may have to go through a little bit more, but it's so much better. But I see other remedies and solutions because I don't want to just always hammer out problems. I want us to come together and talk about when we share things that we've gone through, things that we've learned. It's good that we are having this time together. I so appreciate it. So let me stop this because that's the end of this article. I want to go to my Facebook because this is where I noticed some changes in the climate. Okay, so tell me if you noticed it. If you see something, say something. Okay, so I'm going to go to, all right, I'm going to go to my Facebooks. Let me know if you can see. Okay, so this is my Facebook page. Now, notice, can I make this bigger? Notice if you can see, tell me if you can make this out. Do you see there is already a box that's being placed on content that involves words like probably climate and maybe other words, keywords, if you use them. Remember, that was the thing with the pandemic. If you said anything, they put a disclaimer, they fact checked you, they debunked you, they told you. I shared, remember Jojo Magoo when he was a young senator, when he was spewing all of that Hitler, Nazi, Bolshevik rhetoric, talking about people being super predators. He doesn't want them around his grandmother and his wife. Well, when I mentioned that Jojo Magoo mentioned he didn't want his children going to school with, black kids, I had people defending him. And then I had Facebook put these disclaimers. I'm sure a lot of you had them where they would say, oh, that's partially false. And I'm taking the words that he used in his speech and they're saying partially false. So this is what we're going to see moving forward, I guess, is anytime you discuss the weather or other things, you're going to have these disclaimers. So did anybody notice these today or yesterday? I didn't notice it yesterday. I noticed it today. So anybody out there share this? Anybody? That's right. A treaty, breaking bread and talking. I love it. Bernadette says no meds, just dealing with it. That's right. I mean, there are other methods to deal with these things, and we don't have to run to the pharmaceuticals. That's what people didn't do that back in the days before the early 1900 takeover from Rockefeller and the shutting down of all the naturopathic doctors and things like that. Oh my goodness, Pops, welcome. Oh, everybody, welcome, Pops. I haven't seen you in a while either. It's so nice. You said late getting here. Oh, thank you for joining. It's so nice always. Blessings. So I'm trying to see menopause, if it's in here. They may have called it something different. So that's the herbs, but maybe, I'll save this and we could talk about remedies and things. Even for the men, this is very important for you to know so you can combat this in your children. Because just because I have women and menopause in this title or thumbnail, this is a wide range of interconnected issues, and they very much involve men and gender. So I see a few things I want to do with this because gender seems to be the final I don't know, the infighting that they wanted to really get going is the gender thing. So there you are. You have now disclaimers, and let me stop this and show you what they have already piping hot, pun intended, piping hot. If you hit they tell you to, explore climate science, the science, climate science. If you go ahead and hit that, you will see this come up. Okay. So this is the Climate Science Center of Meta Facebook. Did you know that this was happening? So when you think about young, impressionable people who aren't awake, possibly, or even just older people too, I don't know, anyone that would be vulnerable to this programming. So they're showing us, here's Georgia, average temperature by year. So this is the National Center for, what is NOAA? National Center. So these are the climate agencies. We're going to see their names popping up as authoritative, because now Dr. Fauci, he has left the stage. And now, who are the new goobers that have come forward? Does anybody know? Because I'm not familiar with the new goobers. Who are the new Dr. Fauci's? Well, we know that Bill Gates, he stays on the, whatever you want to say. He's the main clown. But Fauci, anybody seen Fauci? Yeah, it's a psych war. This is, and the thing about it, Bernadette, and I mentioned Yuri, who warned us. He worked for the KGB, and he warned America that this was coming. And he explained how very intricate the propaganda machine is. This is not child's play. They put a lot of money and research to call this science, because it is science according to their moral compass. So this comes straight out of Nazi Germany, and they have taken it to levels and levels and levels. Thank you so much, Looking. I appreciate you too. You're welcome for bringing, I love that we can come together with this love, because this is what it is. We love each other. They can't change that, right? Locked for Life. Well, hello, sis. Hello. Welcome. Yeah, so you say, Karen, they have a climate machine called the HARP machine, where they used to control and manipulate the weather. Yeah, a lot of us heard about HARP. I heard about HARP back when I listened to Alex Jones. Like, he was red pilling, as you know, they say, he was red pilling us about HARP and things like that, and a lot of talk radio at the time, because we didn't really have this platform as much. So it seemed that talk radio and Howard Stern and some other voices on alternative media were talking about HARP, and probably Coast to Coast talked about HARP. So we know that in China, they had technology. You can look it up, and they can seed the clouds and cause rain and things like that. So it's not hard to imagine that they can do a lot of things. They can definitely change, where water flows because of dams, right? We know what happened in New Orleans and other times when the Hoover Dam was opened up and things changed. So flooding is something that remains a theme. It is a theme. Casey, yeah, you used to listen to Alex also. Yeah. Evolutions, you say you have a lot of chemtrails nonstop in New Jersey. Interesting. So I know that they hit certain areas harder than others. I know for South Georgia, over the last, I would say three days that I've been noticing, there is a predictable time every day, I would say maybe around 2-ish, where it could be totally sunny, no storm clouds in the sky, and I will hear a loud thunder, and it's like it's very strong, and I'll hear a few booms, and there's no rain, and it just the sky then starts getting a little dark, and then it turns sunny again. So I'm observing that. Let me know if you're observing anything like that. Are you hearing a lot of thunder at the same time every day? Let me know. And it's sunshine. That's something that is definitely going on in South Georgia. Okay, so back to this new climate science center. They're showing, of course, increased heat. So these are supposed to be the hottest summer kind of thing. Okay, so it's affecting, they're looking at fashion, farming, and more. I can't even imagine fashion. Let's hit fashion and see what the heck. Okay, let's see what these, it's interesting because if you have young people, this is the stuff that, will have to be combated. Okay, so this is sustainability at Meta. So this is the internet company. This page is a resource for people interested in learning more about Facebook's commitment to environmental stewardship. So fashion is awash with harsh truths, floods of environmental impacts, and insatiable thirst for newness at odds with calls to produce less but better, and seasons that no longer serve current climate models. So, what does that mean? It's a lot of words to say a lot of nothing. Do you understand what I just read? So, this is now fashion, the sphere of fashion when it comes to sustainability. So, 1 minute, I'm still here, okay? Okay, so yeah, what the heck is he wearing? Does this climate center recommend eating the bugs? We'll see, Kev. Let's go through and see if it does. Man in a dress. Yeah, what does that have to do with like sustainability? So they're pushing an agenda, and let us stay ahead of whatever this is because it's goofy. Okay, so fashion according to Meta. I kind of see where this is going already. Okay, so if you, again, if you're late to the conversation, if you post anything now on Meta and probably Instagram, has anybody noticed this on Instagram? You're going to now get a link to come over to this warehouse of information, and I don't know, fuckery is what I'll call it. This looks like clown show on steroids. Uh hey Jim, the same thing happens around really where you are? No rain, just thunder. Okay, so it's you too. You're noticing this. Okay. So anybody else noticing the thunder, the weird thunder that's happening around the same time daily? And sunny skies. Nixon says they are trying to normalize being transgender. So gender is under a lot of attack, and this is just weird what's happening to the young people. This is definitely affecting them. Justice is now, these people are insane. They have jumped the shark with the insanity. I'm telling you, this has been predicted. I mean, but I didn't know it would be this stupid. This is like, how Fred Sanford said, you big old dummy, you big old dummy. This is big old dummy fashion. Okay. Oh, wow. Okay. That woke me up. Okay, so what is going on with this? This is I I can't even believe I'm reading this, but changing tides make way for a surge. So they use flooding and surge. Are they clowning and trolling themselves? Like what's going on with these words? Surge of ideas and opportunity to breathe life back into the discounted and discarded and to turn what was once forgotten into something new. So this is Karanji, this right here, this young person. I don't want to misgender them because I don't know the pronouns, but Karanji wears Craig Green. This is from the fall winter 2020 line. Responsibly sourced cashmere dress, camper leather, and rubber shoe. Photography by Nadine Lajawariye. And it's got 2,100 likes. Somebody said, real talk, no cashmere, please. Someone said, utter nonsense. These are my kind of people. Okay, so somebody know. Uh, Seems like Villas likes it. Yeah, okay, so yeah, we're dealing with, yeah. Oh wow, look at this. This is all for climate change. Yo, I am confused. I am confused. This says it's claimed that a fast fashion is the third most polluting industry in the world due to the amount of water and energy used, chemical runoff, and waste produced. Couple the environmental destruction with inherent human rights breaches. And it's easy to see why fashion needs an overhaul. So, this is the overhaul that fashion needed. So this is Dijon. Dijon is wearing a Strongthy archive dead stock nylon and elastine top. Bethany Williams organic cotton twill pants with dead stock ribbons from the British toy manufacturing industry and featuring Melissa Kitty Jarum design, Emma Brewham custom Moda acrylic. I can't, I can't, I just can't continue reading it. The Ice Stupa Project. So they're messing around in New Delhi in the Himalayan villages, probably pushing jabs and everything else you can imagine. Okay, so they're hanging out in the stupas, messing with people. I tell you. So let's see what they say about food. So this is food that looks like it's being grown at Studio 54. Okay, disco lettuce. Let's see. You ready for some disco lettuce? Let's see. With the global population expected to hit 9.8 billion by 2050 and occupying more physical space, there is increased pressure being put on soil to grow the food to sustain us. Farmers need to be more creative to increase the efficiency, yield, and health of existing land and water supplies. Thankfully, ongoing breakthroughs in science and technology, climate incentives for farmers, and raised consumer awareness could avoid a global food crisis. Okay. So they're growing food inside of hyper controlled environments, stacked vertically in rows. Soil, water, and sunlight are replaced with nutrient mists that allow more reliable nutrient uptake into the roots, and LED lights that mimic sun rays, because we couldn't have sun rays when you could have LED lights. So here you are, salad is ready. There you are. This is the future they want the children to think is normal. So there you are. We have Jojo Magoo highlighting. Do you see how it's all happening here? Food is racist. That's going to be next, I'm sure. Disco lettuce. Did it look like a discotheque? I'm just saying. What the heck already? So we see Jojo Magoo. The narrative I'm finding is they're putting a lot of pressure on Jojo Magoo to do things fast and furious with this climate thing. So they want things to happen fast. So here, CNN Politics describing climate change as a clear and present danger. Wait a minute. I can't read it with a straight face. CNN, come on, man. I can't even read your headlines without laughing. A clear and present danger. President Biden announced $2.3 billion in new funding for communities. Look at the emoji. Someone's laughing. I'm surprised they allow you to even see anything anymore when it comes to him. Okay, so the AP is saying that the mayor of London, which London, AP? Because there are a lot of them. London. But the mayor of London says a heat wave that has brought temperatures of 104 Fahrenheit is causing a surge in the number of fires. So this is the UK breaks its record for highest temperature as heat builds. Don't you always love, there's always a laughing emoji? I know it's not funny. Where are the UK people? What's going on in UK? What's going on in Ireland? Joseph is here. Welcome. Climate change is transphobic. Yes, Jojo Magoo is the clear and present danger to himself. Okay. So how's it going in Ireland? Okay. Let us know, since you're close to the UK over there. And if we have any UK family in the chatmosphere, please let us know what's shaken over there. Okay, so we have next New York Times. These are all the clowns coming forward. The UN Secretary General Antonio Guterres issued a dire warning. Oh my gosh. Is anybody seeing what's going on here? A dire warning to representatives from 40 countries calling for more action to tackle this. Again, somebody's not buying it from the laughing emoji. These are, an errant is definitely going by to share how they feel about it. So yeah, what's going on? Johnny Borealis has hit the chatmosphere. The same people who caused the problem are now providing a solution, or threats, really. Exactly. Hey, Mish, hi. Joseph, are they trying to get crypto in there? Oh, yeah. What are you telling us about the UK, Joseph? Nixon says your friend from the UK told you that military is underground. Okay. Yes, right. Looking fear. Everything is fear with this group. They are so, I mean, yeah, the sky is falling. I should read that tonight. If you want me to read a bedtime story, let's read Chicken Little and let's decode it. I'll come on real late if you want. You let me know, because I think that'd be kind of cool, right? I'll read Chicken Little to us as we're going to sleep. Maybe at 10 o'clock, you can meet me and I will read Chicken Little and we can decode it. We'll put our tinfoil sleeping caps on and decode Chicken Little, who I just think it might be interesting. Let me know if you want to do that. I'm willing to hang out and do that because I don't know. I see something. You see something, say something. So this guy, the UN, again, Secretary General, he is warning that humanity faces collectives. What? Do you see the word that he put in there? I can't even say that word. That's a hot button word, but unaliving yourself. He's saying that humanity faces a collective unaliving over climate crisis. And again, there is an errant who is putting laughing emojis. Who is that person? Please join us here. So Wired is saying Texas is a nasty feedback loop. How dare you, Wired called. You better not mess with Texas. As summers warm, people need to run more AC to avoid discomfort and heat illness. So Texas's precarious power grid exposes a nasty feedback loop. And again, an errant is laughing emojis. New York Post. At the center of the Biden administration's climate policy is a promise made in 2021 to slash U.S. emissions by 50 to 52%. So this is an analysis. The U.S. plans to avoid extreme climate change. ABC News, climate change will make it hard to predict the amount of snow and water. So ABC News has joined into the fear porn. Officials in charge of managing one of the most precious commodities for human survival may soon face additional challenges as climate change makes it hard to predict the amount of snow and water. So they are showing their hand. Okay, so this is what they're showing as extreme weather over in London. Why this European heat wave is so scary, they say. So these are collections. So this is very well curated. So you see how experts are reaching those most affected by extreme heat. NPR, Time Magazine. Yellowstone flooding reveals a forecast that flaws as climate warms. Wired says extreme weather in 2022 is just getting started, they're saying. Isn't that interesting? They have lightning. So I've been hearing the thunder. Anybody else been hearing the thunder? Let me know. 1 minute, I'm going to plug my computer in again. It's getting low on battery. And can you hear me okay? Am I coming through volume-wise? Because I didn't realize my mic is not plugged in right now. But let me know if the quality of the sound is okay also. All right. Mandela affected. Hi, welcome for this. I haven't noticed you in the chatmosphere. I've seen you actually. Haven't I seen you in the comments? But welcome, Mandela affected, everyone. So not you can hear good. Okay, thank you so much. All right, yeah. So all this time I thought I'll move that out of my way. My microphone was on, but it wasn't. It was not plugged in. Thank you, Locked for Life. Hey, CWS. Good. Okay, so this is now a thing. And they are doing this. How much do you know about climate change? From 1990 to 2019, which of these greenhouse gases had the fastest growing rate of emission? So if you want to know this new science that is going to be the new language, methane, nitrous oxide, and carbon dioxide, we may want to look into these issues and find out who is putting out balanced information, especially if you have children that are very sensitive to this stuff is going to be hitting them in different ways. So they are the ones that are really the ones to be concerned about. So planting trees can make up for all the global increases in emissions. So they're really, how can cities reduce greenhouse gas emissions? So they're talking about creating green spaces, renewable energy. So they're encouraging people to take action against climate change. So they're saying companies, governments, and individuals are taking steps to reduce emissions. And here are the ways that they say you can do it. Speaking out, let businesses know and world leaders know. That's what I'm doing. I'm letting Jojo Magoo and his crew know that I don't care about Earth's menopause. I'm not scared. Okay, reduce, reuse, repair, and recycle. Nothing wrong with that. I totally am on board with being less wasteful. So, we can find points of agreement. New things. Yeah, you don't need new things. Minimize food waste. We can agree with that, right? So if we had conversations that didn't have to get heated, pun included, if we could have real chilled polar vortex, not cold either, but just right. We could talk about the things we agree with. So they're saying switch to an electric vehicle. We talked about the cost of an electric vehicle. And in light of the great resignation, I don't understand how they think that this is possible for people to switch to electric vehicles. So that's, again, we already knew they were doing this. Wash and dry mindfully. Washing clothes with cold water. Hello, no. I grew up with a mother who washes clothes in hot water and everything shrinks, but she's not doing it. I'm not washing everything in cold water. No way. It doesn't get the funk out, and cold water doesn't clean things as well. I don't care. It doesn't. Fight me if you don't believe me. I believe in hot water, warm to hot, cold for delicates, but no, we are not doing this. Washing clothes with cold water. And you can air dry. I'm okay with that. I loved when my grandmother used to put her clothes outside with the clotheslines. That's okay if you want to do that. But again, I don't believe we're having some energy crisis. This is all created, and it's just so stupid. But I'm just letting you know what's out there so we can know. Choose eco-friendly products. Okay, I'm okay with that. Lower your heating and cooling. No problem. Gotcha. Make conversation. Okay, so don't mess with the people. Don't censor people when they want to have conversations, because you're saying talk to your neighbors, colleagues, friends, and family to encourage action. That's what we do here online, like you all do. Upgrade your appliances. So switching to LED bulbs. Can you tell me what you think about the light bulb situation? That happened, what year did they change the light bulbs on us? Let me know. Are you, the Pooh Spoon says, no, we're not washing our funky clothes in cold water. No, we don't do that around here. Lori, take care. You got to run, go take care of the chickens. Oh, good. I hope, yes. Nice to see you. Tell the chickens we said hello. So you don't like LED? Yeah, it started on the Obama administration. Yeah, big old dummy. So the LED light bulbs, I've not done a real deep dive into them. So I just want you to help me understand if you like them, if you don't trust them. So they're saying eat more plants, peasants. Producing plant-based foods generally requires less energy, land, and water, and results in fewer emissions than meat and dairy. So we see that there isn't an attack on meat producers and dairy farmers. So they want us to eat plant-based food, which tells me hormones again. You see why I don't know why sometimes I pick themes, but it has something to do with menopause. I don't know why. You know how I get with my crazy connections, but look at how plant-based food and the stuff they're going to have in it. Are they kidding, Kev? Like, what the heck? So you eat a plant-based diet, nothing wrong with a plant-based diet. I have done it at times. I can't do just a strictly plant-based diet for a long period of time. I don't know. It just, my hair starts falling out. I don't know. I haven't done it right, possibly. I'm not knocking plant-based diets. I would love to be able to eat like they ate in the Garden of Eden. I don't want to eat meat either, but I don't want them telling us that we have to eat plant-based diet. That's the problem I'm having. Real plants, exactly. No GMO, but we can't trust them. Hey, Mia, we don't. Yes. Mish says Russell Brand and his buddies are pushing shutting down all meat production. You see, that's the thing about people like Russell Brand. I didn't trust that he was really a truther. I had my doubts about it, but here, reading this that he's pushing something like that just lets me know, like, it screams what it confirms what I was thinking. Casey, you said you get very sick from plant-based. Yeah, some people are just not cut out to do it for long. You do eat fish. Yes, Molly. I know a friend who has been a vegetarian, vegan, different phases of their life, and they had to eventually start eating fish because the protein they couldn't get the protein level with anything, not as good as you get from a fish or other meats. So yeah, I get it, Molly. Again, I would love to do that too. I love the plant-based stuff. I do. Russell Brand is controlled opposition. I totally agree. Hey, Kathy. Hello. Welcome. So we see the different things that they have now put together. So they are going to drop the corona narrative, and this is all they have left right now. So they're saying to walk or bike or take public transportation. Fewer cars on the world's roadways helps reduce emission, pollution, and public health effects. Change your home's energy source. So they're saying solar panels. Take fewer flights. So they're crashing the transportation industry. Airlines, they're not going to get bailed out like they did before. And I don't know how you all feel about the airlines. I used to enjoy the airlines. I did not enjoy them. Probably after 2001, the incident, I did not enjoy flying when the Patriot Act became a thing, because I remember when my family would walk me to the gate, my father would get on the plane with me and make sure I was all buckled in. He would get on the plane and just hang out until it was time. They would say, okay, it's time to go, sir. So, it was not a big deal. I don't think they probably want to tell him not to do that anyway, if you know him. But yeah, your family would wait for you outside of the door. I mean, they were waiting right at the gate when you landed. You would get off the plane. I always loved that, watching families reunite after a flight. It was so nice. Some families would have signs. Do you remember when it was nice to fly, and families, and then you would see, couples would just run like a romantic run into each other's arms. And when I was a little girl, I would look at all that. And now you're relegated to wait. They just treat us like criminals. I don't want to get into the whole thing because I could probably go into a rant, which I don't want to do. I'm going to be calm. So yeah, I don't believe the airline should be bailed out. I didn't believe they should have been bailed out the first time, but they definitely better not get bailed out because they went against the people and they did not show themselves to be good stewards of the trust of the people when they were. I'll never forgive them collectively for when I saw a flight attendant make a little 4-year-old child get off of a flight with their parents, young parents. They were struggling with this young 4-year-old who would not keep the mask on her face. She knew better that a mask doesn't belong on a child. And this little girl kept pulling it off. And the flight attendant, which I can't stand, that's that Nazi energy, kept telling the parents, you better keep it on the baby's face. And this poor little couple, they were trying their best. The child was very willful. You could tell the child was definitely somebody that would hang out with us in the chatmosphere kind of energy. The kid was not having any parts of it, okay? And the parents couldn't make the child do it. So they kicked the whole family off of the flight. And it messed a lot of things up for this family. And I will never forgive them for that kind of behavior. And I have vowed that I would do anything to avoid flying. I hold grudges like that, especially when something's done to a child. That really made me cry to watch them kick a family off of a plane. So I'm just saying they need to go. If they're going to go against us that way, they have to go. So I see this. So this is more of their stuff. We could see they're talking about hurricanes. So what's going on here? Yeah. So what else are they doing? Spotlights on temperatures, the animals. So they're saying here that as climate change drives summer temperatures even higher than usual, medical researchers are starting to find links between sustained heat exposure and chronic health conditions ranging from diabetes to kidney stones, cardiovascular disease, and even obesity. So I can see they're going to cover up a lot of things that happen when they force people to take something. And we have a lot of sudden adult unaliving going on. So they are going to have to find reasons to cover that with another reason. Don't you see that? Linda is saying, hi, you're with me. Airport rules are the biggest joke. Yeah, especially when you see them relaxed in other ways and they're trying to force things that it just doesn't make sense. But let me see. This is back to where I was. So no worries, Nancy. Welcome. I'm glad you're here. Hi. Mandela Affected says it's been hotter at night than you remember. Really? So hotter at night. That's odd when things usually cool down at night. So, they try to make this hot flash thing that women go through. I noticed something when I looked at the imagery around menopause and the change of life, as they call it. They make it such a miserable thing to expect. And that's something that I'm taking note of right now. They're telling women that these are the 5 uncommon symptoms, but well, they're not common, but you can see that it's a lot of this imagery of, like, it looks like exhaustion, not just heat, but exhaustion. So heat exhaustion, but I see it as world weary, because this is a program of demoralization. And I see how they have it's pretty much in so many spheres. But this thing of the fan, the cooling and the heat, and they have some modern things in terms of hormonal. Does anybody know about this technology that you can use to balance hormones? Let me know if anybody knows. I know that, remember Suzanne Summers? She had been an advocate for they're called does anybody know what Suzanne Summers is a bioidentical hormonal therapy. She was pushing that. I was looking into it just because I was curious. And if anybody knows about it, I know they have a lot of clinics in Southern California where you could get your hormones mirrored. It's interesting. I'm starting to look at it in a different way. Tina, bioidentical hormones. Do you know anything about it being good or bad? What's your opinion of it? Hey, Jay Blair, welcome. There you are. There's a suggestion. A lot of people, yes, in Ireland, you're seeing it. Are they calling it the sudden adult death syndrome? No one is putting 2 and 2 together. Exactly. Menopause was a bit rough at times, but it passes. Yeah, so hang in there. Thank you. That's great advice. Eat well, exercise, as well as stay away from sugar. Wow, that's something we could all do. You don't trust science, you trust God. Very good. Worked well for your sister. You haven't tried it. Casey is saying you won't use devices. Yeah. So that's something that is being pushed. And you see a lot of memes about women in front of the fan and the refrigerator, or women that go into the freezer section and just open if they're in the supermarket. Have you ever done anything like that, laid on the tile floor? This is true that it is much heated at night weather-wise. Oh, where you are as well, Tina? Oh, Suzanne Summers was a very smart person. Nothing like Chrissy Snow. Yeah, Alan, she's very intelligent. Extremely. They make wild yam drips. You use them to help your endometriosis symptoms. Really? Wow. Now that's something. I think I will do a show on this. It would be helpful to review it. So you see what I'm saying? This is the imagery that they give women of what there is to look forward to in your latter years. And that's something that is very much the programming of that death culture. They don't see value in older people. And that's where we saw 2020 opening up. There was a big war on the greatest generation, as they call them. And a lot of them left that year. They exited. So you can see even men are going through hormonal imbalances. And we know it's environmental and food. So you can see they have a narrative now where they say that men are going through menopause. Have you heard this? I think someone said it earlier. Hey, Flower Girl Apothecary. I love that word, apothecary. Greetings, everyone. I've been drinking rose petal and holy basil tea to keep my hormones balanced and immune system strong. Thank you. I love that. Very good. Lots of good vitamin C in roses, especially rose hips. Hey, Deanne. So right. This is like programming. Don't you see now? It's just such programming. I could see it clearer. And here you are, male menopause. Can homeopathic remedies help treat it? So we're going to look into male and female. I don't like those words so much, but if they're trying to say menopause, what exactly are men experiencing with these hormonal fluctuations? So some people do their own remedies, and that's something I want to add into a live stream. So I'll plan on doing a hormonal live stream where we talk about these things and we can share some things that you have used that are helpful, and I can pull some things from the Back to Eden book. And yeah, I can look at some of the things that even people are doing DIY, these kind of products. So it becomes a meme, right? So yeah, let me let you look at that. What gave it away that I'm having one of my hot flashes? And then I had to use the meme queen. It says, and I said, "Oh Lord Jesus, hot flashes." Oh my gosh, right? What are you gonna do? Turned it into comedy. And there they are with the fan. It's just a theme, right? And I was just looking at my playlist and I didn't realize I had Pitbull Global Warming Meltdown. Isn't that weird when you start seeing things after the fact? You said, looks like my mother went. Oh, your mother went through it pretty bad? Oh, no. Oh, ED. Oh, good. Thank you. There you are. Menopause, they're calling it. So erectile dysfunction, prostate issues, loss of muscle mass. Okay. I'm going to make sure I add that, Nancy. Thank you. So when I look into these things, we're going to cover what you mentioned. Thank you. And I was listening to Heat Wave. I used to love that group. I've been listening to a lot of old music because I'm on this thing of redeeming the musical trust of the people. And again, these are like songs that make up the soundtrack to my growing up. Good music, and it I don't want to turn away from music all the way. I want to redeem what I can. So, did you like the group Heat Wave? Since we're talking about heat here, Donna, if you did, what would be your favorite? You say menopause sucks too, Nixon. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all are going through it. Julie, every light in your house is LED. You love them, they last longer. You don't like fluorescent. Okay, thanks for weighing in on that. That's good to know. So, Julie likes the LEDs. I haven't seen you in a while, Julie. It's nice seeing you. Welcome. All right, so I am done with this particular. I'm going to look into. I'm sorry, I didn't look into those executive orders yet, but it's interesting that it's coming down to gender, understanding gender. So Groove Line was your favorite. You like that? Okay, Groove Line. That's right. Yes. So Oh, you like that, Bernadette? I'm glad. It's just a little something. I have more stuff planned in terms of, to me, it's like bringing back, or not so, I don't want to say bringing back, but reviewing an aspect, because I believe that new music, if it will awaken the young people to produce the kind of music that we need to build more music in our musical trust, and get rid of what they have done to our musical trust. They have abused it, they have perverted it, and it is not the same music that I grew up listening to. So that's why I'm sharing a lot of music, because I believe that it's a multi uh, pronged approach. And another thing that I love that Jason Brashear said about the vapor canopy, he spoke of women singing, and the songs and everything would be healing to the people. And that's something that I really look forward to, something beautiful returning to music. And Joseph is a musician. In fact, I want to share some of Joseph's music with us in coming days. I'm going to explore some stuff, and he's going to allow me to do that. 432 hertz. Exactly. Thank you. Abby says mind-blowing decisions. That's right. And I love their harmonies, right? Mind-blowing decisions causes head-on collision. Right? Beautiful. I love that. Oh, yes, it's healing, right? So I have a little let me show you what I did today. I took a little field trip, went out among really cool people. I visited a feed and farm store. Do any of you spend time in feed and farm stores? WDAS, Abby, that's right. Amen. FM and AM, right? That's right. Yes, we grew up listening. That was one of the best stations for soul music in Philadelphia, WDAS. Exactly. 47 soon. Kind of just hope to get it someday. Yes, add it to the playlist. Okay. Very nice. You're going to play them for dinner now? Good. Yes. So, let's see. I put together just a little video. I'll play it if you don't mind, but I want to encourage you, if you're thinking about getting things that you need, like, you know, items. I don't want to say too much, if you know what I'm saying. I'll talk kind of in code. There are certain things that help human beings, okay? And they may be meant for animals, but I'm not recommending. I'm just saying that some people have been very happy to know that there are things that cross over that can be helpful. And you can get supplies and all kinds of things that are very nice in these stores. And one thing I noticed, they had a sense of abundance. I wouldn't have been able to tell that there were any supply chain shortages, because everything just looked abundant. But I loved the energy. I love the people, and it's a new place in the area that I wanted. I wanted to get some diatomaceous earth. Okay, diatomaceous earth. If you know about it, it is a wonderful way to um, get pests off of your tomatoes, anything that you're growing. If you want to look into diatomaceous earth, let me write it in here. There, oh, you wrote it for me. Thank you, Molly. Diatomaceous earth. And what it does is it will naturally keep pests off of your things, your food that you're trying to grow. And it will also I have been known to, it kind of drops in my coffee cup, but I'm not saying to do that, but it kind of drops in there, kind of, yeah. And it's been real helpful. Like, you've noticed the girl, the hair has been very strengthened. Okay. Yeah. I don't know that diatomaceous earth, it kind of falls into my drink sometimes. Angel is here. Oh my God, Angel, welcome, New York. Oh, I'm gonna have a little something for you New Yorkers, okay? A little something, a little love on the gramophone. I have something I will dedicate to you New Yorkers. I love you, Angel. I love when you join us. Please give some love, show some love to Angel, fighting the good fight up in New York. When I tell you this is an American hero, Angel, an angel, you are an earth angel, and Angel swears by diatomaceous earth. Diatomaceous, did I say it right? I always get it like diatomaceous earth. I knew about it because my father, he's an agricultural chemist, and he used it on his food, and it is natural. You can dust your pets, so if you want to keep fleas and things off of your pets, you can dust them. That's what you dust it, and it's okay. It doesn't hurt them. Isn't that interesting? Alex, hello. Welcome, Alex. Nice to see you. I haven't seen you in a while. Show Alex some love. That's right. Did I say it? Help me, Molly. Help me. Dieta. That's it, Molly. I would always, like, when my dad was saying it, I could never do it. Diatomaceous earth. Okay, everyone, you can now say it correctly. Thank you, Molly. I appreciate it. Nixon is saying UFO was just in the sky. Really? You got good pics? Oh, I would love to see them, Nixon. Oh my gosh, that sounds so okay. Flower Girl Apothecary is going to know you live by it for gut health. If you don't know about this diatomaceous earth, I highly recommend you look into it. Okay. And I got myself some. I had run out. Oh, love you. Yes. So, Mara, you know about it. Needs to be food grade. Thank you. I meant to say that. Food grade. I don't know why they say food grade, but just food grade. Okay. Just know that not pool grade. No, not pool grade. Okay. There you are. Thank you so much. There you are. Angels getting that love. Look at that. Oh, you do too. You use diatomaceous earth for pest control, and the organic one, it drops. Okay. You know about that look, and I see that hair. Look at that beautiful sunrises, has that healthy hair. So I just, I tell you all, little Adam is here. Oh my goodness, that the band is definitely getting back together. Adam, where have you been? I've missed you. I know you've been popping in because I've been blacking out, and I miss saying hi to people. But Adam, show Adam some love. We love Adam. MK, we love everybody, but Adam is Adam. I missed you. MK, just don't breathe it in. Thank you. Good one. Just don't breathe it in. There you are. Nancy says you can put it in your pet's food as well to get rid of parasites. Yes, thank you. So I'm going to show something just to give you an idea of my little experience, if you don't mind. Avi, hello. Fasting, the key to losing stubborn belly fat. Fasting, thank you. Fasting is very good, Avi. Is very good for health. Julie is here. Thank you for coming by. Give Julie some love. Oh my gosh. Julie says, never heard of it. Gonna get some. There you are, Julie. Julie, it's amazing. It really is. I've known about it for a while, but it's just been something that I had to circle back. You forget because you're busy, busy, busy. And this slowing down process has really helped me to get back to some things. So let me stop the screen and let me show you my little experience at the this is going to be my new favorite place. I just love being there cuz it was nice just to get out and do something different, you know? So you can see how it's very well stocked, very, very well stocked. Oh, that's so nice. So you see, everything is just, this is all the equine big bags of food. And, I was just like, wow, okay. Because I am dreaming of having animals. I've always wanted to do it. It keeps snakes away, really? From the bird nests. Wow. They say what it does to bugs, the diatomaceous earth, it dehydrates bugs. So it'll turn their exoskeleton, like it'll dry them out, where it's just, look at the salt for the I dream of having a horse. Oh my gosh, I want a horse. Finally, I want my dream to come true. The Harlem Spinner. Oh my gosh. A lot of New Yorkers in the house. Hi. Your favorite heat wave song is Always and Forever. Oh my goodness. Always and forever. Each moment with you is just like a dream to me. That always. Did I miss the words? Almost came true. There, this is what I wanted to show you. That's right. I had to serenade you because I haven't seen you in a while. Show the Harlem Spinner some love, please. We love this sister. We haven't seen her in a while in the chatmosphere. So this is what I wanted to show you. You can find bag balm in other stores, but these are good things that if things happen and supply chains, I mean, these are other options. You go to your farm, your tractor supply, you know what I'm saying? You go to places, you learn about things like, look at, these are bandages. If you wanted to, make your little first aid kits and things like that. These are places that are options for you. So I just wanted you to see. That's the diatomaceous earth. You see the bag? So that bag is huge. So you can get different sizes depending on the store you're at. But look at the little duckies. They have, you can get your chicks if you want to start keeping chickens. And like I said, even for the vegetarians, I just encourage that you may want to have eggs that you can share and barter, and we can create a parallel economy outside of the craziness of these corporations as they are starting to fall down. And I think that, let me know what you think about this. I can foresee that companies will want to, people will want to maybe have employee owned companies. Wouldn't that be a great thing to see more employee owned companies and more? We go back to Main Street, mom and pop places, like these kind of places, the feed and seed, and just look at all that for the chicks and stuff. I know it's Purina, but what are you gonna do? They had all this cute stuff there. It was just like real different pillows. I was like, wow, this store is like really cute. They had beds for your crip animals. I don't know, not bloods, but crips. But look at the colors of the eggs. And they had candy, black licorice. Look at that. It's a big store, big box. And hose. We don't want any hose, no hose. And just beautiful, just plants and fun things, right? And big fans. If you need a big fan, who doesn't need a big fan? That would be amazing to have. And here we are. You have your riding stuff, your boats, and look at that, vehicles, golf carts. So Golf carts may be a good thing, possibly. I don't know. What do you think? Golf carts, possibly. But let's see. If anybody has any new information on this climate stuff, have you noticed any weirdness going on in your area? Any big things, different things? Let us know. I'd rather walk. I think it would be great to create more walking communities. I always have a big criticism of the area that I'm in. Like, they should have planned it where people could walk safer, riding bikes safely like they do in New York. It's better now, right? It's gotten better if you wanted to ride bikes. It used to be pretty harrowing, to ride a bike in New York, but I noticed people were just doing it more tourism and stuff. You own one and you love it. Nice. Dana, hi. How do you use the diatomaceous earth for humans? Food grade, Dana, food grade. And look it up on, you could look it up on a website to see some of the things that you may want to do, amounts and things like that. Do your research. I personally have enjoyed the results. Like I said, they've been really dramatic. You have the new bike lane. Oh, actually, the new bike lane is causing more accidents than ever. Oh, it is? Oh, no. Yikes. It's just so hard to be in the city and do that. It's hard even down here. Like I said, these cities are not conducive to have really pedestrian and things like that. But when I go to little towns, the little towns, some of them off of the islands of Georgia, South Carolina, these little islands, everybody rides their golf cart, and I love it. It's just a golf cart, and it's just peaceful. So I like that. Golf cart communities. Is that a possibility? Tell me about the battery that's used in the golf cart. Is it a better battery, or is it the same problem that we find with the lithium stuff? Let me know when it comes to the golf cart. You left New York last November. Oh, wow. Good for you, I guess. I mean, I don't know. Do you miss it? But I'm glad you moved if that was what you wanted to do. It's so nice. And thank you. Thank you. I hope you're all settled into your new place. Wow, that's a big move. But I know a lot of people, they really enjoy. Oh, you're Peachtree City. Yes, Peachtree City is a big golf cart community right outside of Atlanta. Peachtree City. Actually, it was a big aviation city. Lots of people from the airline industry lived there. Flying cars, golf carts, bikes, skates on the road. Wouldn't that be nice, MK, to have, like, I don't mind, if we went to a different way to get around and we create communities that we can work in, Think about that. Employee owned, if it's going to be a company, and just back to I don't know, I'm just thinking different. We have to figure out a different kinder way to do commerce. And I believe that there is. Nancy says bentonite clay is another good thing to have. It's great to make paste and put it on bites or do facials. Yes, I've heard of that. And you can take it. Okay, I won't read that part, but yes, you see what she's saying? Yes, exactly. There you are. And when I lived in St. Croix in the Virgin Islands, one of the things in that community, the hospital, they only had one hospital in the middle of the island, Governor Louis Hospital, and that hospital was A lot of people didn't like it. You know, hospitals, some of them are really villainous. Like the hospital in my community is a real like evil, wicked hospital system. And it causes a lot of just horrible problems for the people in this community. Really, really evil. When it falls, it's going to be wonderful when the leadership finally gets justice, for what they've done to the community. But when I was again in St. Croix, that hospital system was one that a lot of people didn't want to go to. So, say their children might have gotten like maybe an injury, like a broken arm, they would not want to take their children to the hospital. They would take their child to their veterinarian instead, because the veterinarians are very good at setting bones that have been broken. So that was something I learned just living down there. I had never heard of people going to the veterinarian for medical care for themselves. But that is something that might be something that people might want to look into if you have a good relationship with a veterinarian. I'm sure you already have these kind of bartering situations, but veterinarians are wonderful people. I wanted to be one at one time. But yes, let's see. A kibbutzism in Israel have a product or hospitality business, and people live and work together. Some work off kibbutz. The whole kibbutz system sounds amazing, and it's something that, I mean, people may not like that type of thing, but it works for some people. It can be done modified, but I like the idea of communal living, and not in the sense of nature boy and carbon nation and all these cults, but just where, again, local business thrives, not big corporations, because we see what they did to us. Molly is saying your vet is amazing, and really, acupuncturist as well. Look at that. Veterinarians are really smarter than doctors. They have to know how to perform surgery on all animals, not just. Thank you. That's a good point, Alan. So, hey, it's a lot of things we can do to offset what they think they've done to us, okay? Because we're not going to bend a knee to them and go along with this crazy climate crisis stuff. So we will talk more about offsetting what is flooding in right now with narratives. Walter White off of Breaking Bad favorite doctor was a veterinarian. Really? I didn't know that. How cool. Wow. Well, this is it for now. I'm going to maybe come back tomorrow. We'll see. We'll find out what's going on, and I'll keep you posted on things I come across, but I'll plan more content to share. Abby, let's see, what are you saying? My cousin has had problems with vets in the Philly area. Oh, yeah? Oh, sorry to hear that. Maybe going outside more towards the Lancaster area, right? Where they have more farming. Maybe that might help. But I know it's like too far. Who wants to drive? Oh, yeah, bedtime story. If you want, I'll come back later and I'll read Chicken Little. I'll read it with the intention that I want the decoders to find out, why did they want children to read this story? Does it have a connection with events that are on the way? Beautiful Sunrises wants me to do the bedtime story, so I will do it, okay? So I'll schedule it for maybe 10 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. I'll just do a brief read through, and you can fill in your coding, okay? So I'll go now and we will get together. Thank you, okay? So I will be doing bedtime story tonight. The Sky is Falling, Chicken Little. I will see you soon. Thank you. Love you. And if you want, again, you know how it is. If you want to do something, send me an apple. Send me an apple. There you are. For all apples to, let's see, sweet. Adam, would you want a bedtime story? Okay, bring your tinfoil sleeping caps. Okay, Ernestina, see you in Argentina. Ernestina in Argentina. Okay, love and blessings to you too, Tina. Love you. Take care, everybody. And I will see you in a little bit.